So, good evening. I'm going to use what they call my teacher's voice, my professor's voice. Good evening. I'm Maria Conchan, the Dean of the McCourt School of Public Policy, and I am delighted. I am absolutely delighted to welcome all of you here. McCourt students and faculty and staff and alumni, special guests, including Congresswoman Beatty, Muriel Bowser, Councilmember Charles Allen, Georgetown University leadership, and so many McCourt School friends and supporters to 125E, the beautiful new home of the McCourt School of Public Policy. That's right. Today, we celebrate a major milestone for our school, the realization of a remarkable vision articulated at our founding, that we should be in a new building, steps from the Capitol, energizing Georgetown's growing Capitol campus. For the first time in our history, McCourt students, academic and research faculty and staff are in one location, strengthening our connections and our collaboration. And what really excites me, because I'm pretty excited, is not only where we are, but also who we bring here. An extraordinary set of students, faculty, researchers, policymakers, academic and community supporters. We are diverse in our professional and personal experiences, in our viewpoints, in our disciplines, in our faiths and identities, but we are united in our optimism and dedication to working together to advance the common good. And we have, in that work, so much to be grateful for, and so many people to recognize for the extraordinary effort behind this building and our move. I would first like to thank our founding donor, Frank McCourt, for his incredible and unfailing vision and partnership, and his dedication to building the most impactful and inclusive school of public policy in the nation. Thank you, Frank. To McCourt's faculty, staff, and students, particularly all of those who were engaged in the work to move us from the hilltop to the hill, and to our campus and building partners, thank you. We are deeply grateful to you for your hard work and dedication. Thank you to the extraordinary architects of Ramsey, whose design brought our aspirations and our values to life, and to the visionary artist, Maya Lin, who is with us here today also, for her multi-part installation here at 125E, mapping our place in the world, an inspiring complement to our mission at McCourt. Thank you to our McCourt Advisory Board members who 3 short years ago, it was short, it may have felt longer, took a leap of faith to help me map the place of the McCourt School in the world and have done so much to move that vision forward. And to our GU Politics Advisory Board, who support the first Institute of Politics in our nation's capital and inspire students across Georgetown to understand and pursue politics as public service. And thank you to our many extraordinary new philanthropic supporters who are helping us build capacity to bring a diverse set of people and perspectives to the McCourt School, providing millions of dollars in new scholarships and fellowships. And we are wasting no time in leveraging all of this energy and all of these opportunities to bring new collaborations and lift up different perspectives in our effort to build a better world. We have already welcomed so many partners to 125E, even though this is a ribbon cutting. We've been here for a little bit, including Decision Desk headquarters, our Doris Duke Distinguished Fellows, and Future Caucus and the Future Summit, the largest bipartisan convening of young lawmakers, just to name a few. And just this week, we announced a new visiting fellowship to bring members of the Congressional Black Caucus, Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus to lecture at McCourt. I'm proud to have its inaugural fellow, Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, here with us today. so much to have you here with McCourt today. In sum, we are building a strong and a diverse community to work together in this wonderful new home on making the world better. Thank you for helping us celebrate. I want to now introduce a few people who are going to help us with that celebration. And to start, I'm pleased to welcome Reverend Ebony Grissom, Director of Protestant Life at Georgetown, for today's blessing.
Will you pray with me? Even though it's a blessing, please pray with me. To the God of many names, we bless this occasion with gratitude. We thank you for the opportunity to celebrate the McCourt School of Public Policy, for its gifts of creativity and compassion to eliminate the challenges that impede human flourishing. Thank you for the work that you've laid at our hands, for eyes to see the world as it is, hearts to see it as it should be, and the Spirit to make it so. We give thanks for the McCourt family, whose stewardship, generosity, and fidelity to the university make this new location possible. May it symbolize our commitment to be with as we serve. May this space, this reimagined space, become an incubator to reverse systemic oppression, reigniting our call to care for our common home and one another. We give thanks for President DeGioia, Provost Groves, Dean Kenshawn for their visionary leadership that brings the McCourt School of Public Policy further into the district. May the values on the Hilltop resound on the Hill, making us good neighbors and active partners who pursue justice for all in DC and beyond. We give thanks for every artisan, every architect and laborer who brought this vision to life with creativity, splendor, and beauty. We give thanks for the administrators, faculty, and staff, all those who model what's possible when intellect meets compassion and consistency causes change. We thank you for our students whose brilliance enlivened this space. May their scholarship turn contemplation into action, transforming good ideas into just policies that amplify human dignity, caring for every person so they may live not only safely but abundantly. May all those who enter this space depart empowered to be catalysts for change. May its students, faculty, staff, administrators become co-laborers in our mission to tackle complex issues of today and inspire and empower the leaders of tomorrow. As the university expands its footprint, may it move us to make us who you've become, who you've made us to become, people for others, whose faith does justice for the glory of God. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Grissom. Today we are thrilled to host DC Mayor Muriel Bowser. Mayor Bowser, thank you for your leadership, for being such an engaged and dynamic partner to Georgetown, particularly as we work to grow. I don't even want to call it our second campus. They said our second campus, but we will have 2 campuses on the nation's capital. Mayor Bowser.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am really happy to be here and really excited to celebrate with Georgetown. And as I was listening to the remarks, I had a really great sense of gratitude to the people of the District of Columbia that have blessed me with a very long tenure. So I'm about to start my 10th year as mayor of the District of Columbia. And here's why I thought of it just now. Because I have had the opportunity to see projects from idea to implementation in all 8 wards. And as I was seated next to Frank McCourt, I was trying to remember the dinner where we were seated next to each other, where he whispered to me the incredible investment that he would make in Georgetown into public policy study in our nation's capital. And now I recall the meeting I had with the incredible Jack DeGioia in my office, where he further laid out the vision in the plan. But not only was the plan for Georgetown, it would make all of Washington, D.C. better. And now we're here today with all of you, with students already learning, with professors already teaching, with fellows being invited. And it is just a remarkable investment, vision, and implementation by all of the people here at Georgetown and the McCourt family. So please give yourselves a round of applause. I have a second task, selfishly, if you'll indulge me, because, you know, we do public policy in D.C. government. We serve 700,000 people. We have 38,000 employees, and we're hiring, okay, students? So keep that in mind. I have the last thing that I'll mention is that if you love politics and policy, you're in the perfect city for it. And this is why this investment at this location is so important. You could be somebody like me that grows up and believes in good policy, believes in serving people, and believes in changing neighborhoods. You could become mayor of your own hometown. You could be an appointed official. You could work with the Congress to make our country better. And if you're like me, you may get an honorable mention from the former President of the United States. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. Inspiring comments, especially for all of our students. With this move, the McCourt School now proudly calls Ward 6 home. With that in mind, I am pleased to welcome Councilmember Charles Allen to say a few words. Councilmember.
Thank you, Maria, and good evening, everybody. This really is quite exciting to be able to see this here. And on my way here, I dropped my kids off and I told them where I was coming. And my daughter said, "How do you cut the ribbon on public policy?" It's like, it's a school of public policy. But I've actually had a really interesting seat here. You know, the mayor, I want to kind of echo what she talked about. We got elected at the same time, so we're both about to start our 10th year. And she's 100% correct about being able to have the opportunity to see that project from idea to completion. And I've had a bit of a unique role in that as well. Not only is this in Ward 6, it's also on my route to work. So I have biked and bussed and sometimes driven right by here, watching this project come out of the ground, watching it be built, this beautiful building that is such an important part, I think, of our city now. And it's been really exciting to see this here and get to this point today. I will be remiss if I don't add, as the mayor did her job announcement for all of our aspiring students, I know that not only are you going to go off and do great things representing the best in public policy and everything that you can learn here, but I know you're also going to graduate a lot of public policy experts to go on and do amazing things around our country who all advocate, though, of course, that the District of Columbia will become the 51st state as well. I'll add one last thing, and that is seeing this building and the very conscious choice of Georgetown University to locate here in this space. We know how hard we have to work to help rebuild our downtown and the thriving space that it's going to be. And we also know how important Union Station as such a huge hub of our city is. And there's a bit of this in between sometimes. And I think that Georgetown is going to be an anchor of the city's boom that's going to take place in this neighborhood. I'm very excited to partner with the mayor and her team, with Georgetown University, to help fully realize this. We're talking about thousands of workers, of students, who are going to live and work here. It's going to help bring and support new businesses. It's going to activate this part of our city. And no longer will we look at that as just kind of this scar that cuts through the city. It really will be the connective tissue between Union Station and with our downtown, and it's going to be a phenomenal neighborhood. I've been told to stop calling it the Darth Vader building as well, just up there. But I'm excited for what Georgetown has in place. It is an incredible vision for the university, for the students that will be able to partake in that, and I think it's also part and parcel of a beautiful vision for our city. So congratulations, everybody. I'm very excited to join you in the celebration tonight.
Thank you, Councilmember Allen. I am now thrilled to invite McCourt's founding donor, Project Liberty founder and executive chairman of McCourt Global, Mr. Frank McCourt.
Hi, everyone. So, wow. Yeah. Congresswoman Beatty, Mayor Bowser, Councilmember Allen, Reverend Grissom, Tom, Tim, Bob, Maria, Joe, Dave, everyone. Friends of the school, distinguished guests, faculty, and students. What a pleasure and privilege to be here with you. I think I'm going to put this away, though, and speak to you from the heart right now. It is a joy to be with all of you right now, but there's someone on my mind as we assemble. This is Jack's vision. For those of you that don't know Jack, that's President DeGioia. This is Jack's perseverance. This is Jack's work. And I, for one, and I'm sure most everyone here, looks forward to the moment we can walk through those doors downstairs with Jack, see the smile on his face, look in his eyes, and say, thank you, Jack. So I'm a builder, so I love new buildings. But I love the process of building new buildings even more. The creative process, the design, the engineering, the artistry, the smell of the concrete, right? The noise of the equipment, and especially the banter of the men and the women who put the pieces together. So on my behalf, on behalf of my family, on behalf of Georgetown, I want to say thank you to all of you who made this a reality. But buildings, they're also symbols, aren't they? We have one right down the street. The U.S. Capitol, symbol of democracy. St. Peter's in Rome, a symbol of religion. Taj Mahal, a monument of love. Our own Healy building, right? A symbol of the Jesuits' commitment to higher education. So what will this building be a symbol of in 10 years, in 50 years, in 100 years? We know it's going to be a symbol of Georgetown's commitment to public policy. Goes without saying. We know it's going to be a symbol of a new Capitol campus. And I hope, Mayor, you know it's a symbol of Georgetown's commitment to you, to the District of Columbia, and to this revitalized downtown. But I have two hopes that I want to leave you with. Firstly, I hope that this building becomes a symbol of Georgetown's commitment to diversity and accessibility. What do I mean by that? I mean, within the next 10 years, I want to come back here again with all of you and celebrate that we've reached the goal of this school being tuition-free. So we're on the record now, Dee Kanchan. You're on the clock. We can do it, just like you did this. Lastly, my hope is that this is a symbol of Georgetown's commitments to possibilities. That this becomes a home for the hundreds and the thousands of students from all over the world that pass through it. And that this home emboldens them to dream about the future that they want for all of our children. And then inspires them to set out and build that future. Those are my hopes. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you especially for acknowledging the history that got us here and Jack's spirit, which I think really is very alive in this building. And thank you for challenging us not to rest on our laurels and to build so that this building is just the beginning of the McCourt School. Thank you so much. I'd now like to welcome Provost Bob Groves to the stage.
I'm the last one, relax. So good afternoon. I join everyone who's spoken before in thanking you for being here. You should take a look at this crowd. I love the design of this building to have people looking down on a larger group. And to Frank's sentiments that he began with, we all miss Jack not being here. And in a way, I think many of us feel him here. He dearly wanted to be here. He wanted to be at this moment, and I hope that we can convey to him at the appropriate time how wonderful this is with the pictures and video that we're producing. I want to thank the mayor and council member for being here. I want to thank Tom Reynolds, the chair of the board of directors, who's been playing a very important role at this moment, and thank him for his guidance. And Frank, as many people have said, the bold inspiration that you had many years ago that led to this building, this space, but even more, as you suggested, we are indebted to you for forever in this. Maya Lynn, we're overjoyed that you were able to come, and I hope everyone enjoys the lighting, and I hope when it gets quieter you hear the birds whose sounds emit from this, and then see other parts of her artistry. Reverend Grissom, as always, I love your presence. You know, we designed this space to be a new front door to public policy in Washington, D.C. It isn't by accident that we're sitting here in this space. And we envisioned new collaborations that are possible here, new partnerships that are possible, engagements with local and national and global leaders who are just footsteps away from this building. We want it to happen right here at this 125E address, but also, as we've alluded to the larger Capitol campus that we're building. The Capitol campus is not just the McCourt building. It is much larger. Indeed, for the past few years, we've been building this new campus of multiple buildings with a very simple message to ourselves and to others. Georgetown is becoming a larger and more impactful institution for the world. Our McCourt School of Public Policy is leading the way. Georgetown seeks to be a catalyst in making this part of DC a more vibrant, alive, active, enriching environment for the whole community. We are here as a citizen of DC. We want this space to allow us to become a better citizen and a more valuable institution in the world. Now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge Maria Kanchung, our terrific dean of the School of Public Policy. She is too modest to even step away from the column so that... Maria, you and your team have worked, and I know this deeply, tirelessly, to make this building a reality. A building like this and the internal design features do not happen by chance. You have transformed this building once completed with its views, its state-of-the-art facilities that hopefully all of you will see, and the distinctive art that Maya Lin gave to us. You transformed this building into a home for the McCourt School community. And already, if you hang out in the space during the day and actually into the night, you can see the promise of this space, how space can make humans better, and how space can bring people together into a community. We've already begun to realize new possibilities of collaboration with our colleagues at Georgetown Law, just a stone's throw from this building. And soon, in fall of 2025, the opening of 111 Mass Ave that will have almost all the schools of Georgetown present on the Capitol campus. They'll be taking courses, they'll be attending events at the Georgetown Capitol campus, and they'll be pursuing jobs or internships, Mayor, all within a few blocks of here. So I welcome all of you to be part of this. This is an open system for our students and alumni, for our faculty and staff, the members of the McCourt School Advisory Board. You are charged with growing and nurturing what happens here. To our guests who are all around today, we invite you to return. This hallmark space was designed for convening, for dialogue, for collaboration, deliberately in mind. And we look forward to the conversations with you, the insights you will give us, and the breakthroughs that will be made because of this community. This is the place where public policy at Georgetown will continue to thrive for decades to come. I thank you for coming and being part of this exciting new venture of Georgetown University.
Thank you, Bob. So this is the moment we've all been waiting for, the official ribbon cutting for 125 East Street, the new home of Georgetown University and the McCourt School of Public Policy. Council Member Allen, Maya, Bob, Reverend Grissom, Tom, Mayor Bowser, Frank, Kevin, please join me on stage. Right? Oh, wow. There's a little stair here. Thank you. Scissors? What about this? They'll hand you scissors. You can't walk. Good to see you again. Okay, can we all fit? Oh my God. Don't cut yet. the mic. Oh, okay. Stepping down. So I want to welcome everybody to stick around for the party. I want to thank one last time Mayor Bowser and Councilmember Allen, and also Congresswoman Beatty and Congresswoman Stacy Plasak, who is with us as well. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to tell you, you've heard all about this building. There are McCourt staff ready to give you a tour, and I especially suggest that you be one of the very first people to walk across the bridge that connects you to the Norton Green, because that will connect us to the rest of the Capitol campus, and it opened today.